For the past month, all I've been thinking is, did I just ruin my life? Because I walked away from a 15-year career in tech, circled the globe for most of 2025, just to end up back in my parents' office. I don't know if this is living the dream or if this is just a really expensive midlife crisis.
You're going too far!
Across an interview where Pharrell is talking about the creative process, and it resonated with me because he talks about the creative process being like a frequency that you tune into. If there's too much distraction, then that signal is broken, and so you feel stuck, which is kind of like the feeling I'm going through right now. And it made me think of 2025 because I thought I was being intentional with a lot of the shots that I was taking. I'm realizing like I was more distracted by the beauty of everything and not really being intentional of like, what am I gonna use this for? A lot of it was centered around fear of losing that moment rather than the intention. It pulled me away from ultimately what I wanted to do, which is kind of share the process, the struggle of what it is to quit your job and to pursue a creative dream. But it turned into more of, let me get this cool shot and then decide what I want to do afterwards, like a checklist, rather than the discovery process itself. I just realized my microphone was unplugged. Well, I forgot to plug in the mic, and I actually forgot to say what got me unstuck. The first one follows along with what Pharrell was saying, and it's just controlling your content consumption, whether that's Instagram or podcast, whatever that is. A lot of the times it's the fear itself that you have to just go towards. And for me personally, that's it's talking to camera. Because if I'm gonna wanna build my brand, my personal brand, it's going to have to have a level of vulnerability that I'm not quite used to yet. And this is really new to me. So it's going to have to suck in order for it to get good. The next one is about accountability, because moving from corporate to this new solo venture, I don't have a boss. And your boss is typically your motivator, the one that gives you, your goals for the quarter and all that jazz. So I had to create it. And I did so indirectly by telling a group that I meet with every month or so to talk about our growth, our wins, and our losses. And I felt that if I didn't accomplish what I told them I was going to do, it would let them down. And that pulled on me significantly. It could be a colleague that you admire that you don't want to let down. It could be, maybe someone that you're interested in romantically and you wanted to put yourself out there. Something like that will move you because your reliability and your accountability is on the line. Those are the things that got me unstuck this time around, but I know I'm going to get there again at some point. So yeah. All right, we're out of the sun, in the shade. Oh well, whatever, we're gonna do this really quick because I can't see my backpack. Rough plan. The first thing I want to be able to do, I know this is really oversimplified, what I'm about to show you, and it's much easier said than done, but it's going to be something that I follow and kind of what to expect from this channel and what I'm trying to accomplish. The first one is doing what I'm doing right now, is building this brand, the Starting Anyways brand, and earning y'all's trust by showing the process and what I'm going through and all the things that I'm learning. I named it Starting Anyways because starting is like in the process of doing. And then anyways, I like because it's grammatically incorrect. It is conversational, it sounds like. And that's what I'm trying to go for. I'm not trying to be perfect, which is very difficult. So I'm trying to just go with the flow and go with the punches like I'm doing right now. Simultaneously, once I start to earn trust, I want to be able to make money because I gotta make money in order to do the thing. And different ways of making money. Here are a few income streams that I did last year. The main one was I did like a kind of a cinematic video for the city of Yachats. This is super conservative, but this is roughly what I kind of spent last year. But last year was more about testing whether or not I like the lifestyle. This year is more about whether or not I can make it sustainable and make a living out of it. And then lastly is I want to be able to hire a team. Just being able to work with creative individuals. I think that is ultimately what I want to be able to do and work towards common goals and create some cool stuff and have fun while doing it. So that's the rough plan. I'm going to shoot for having a paid documentary long form contract by the end of this year, at least one. And I think that's a good starting goal. But this park is getting a little bit crowded and I need to go check on my backpack to make sure it's still there. All right. It's still there. Truth is, you're never gonna feel quite ready to do anything new. But if you're done waiting, I invite you in joining me in